to #1 and finish with over 1,300 yards, that's what I call a big-time season.
Well, those 1,300 yards, second in the NFL, also set the Bears' rookie rushing record, so something for them to build around next year.
Without a doubt. So 2017, it starts in the running game with Jordan Howard in Chicago.
Still first down.
So 5 yards remain now, still first down. To throw, Cutler. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. And now the Lions' defensive starters.
DeAndre Levy is one of those linebackers who makes everyone around him better when he's on the field.
Second down following the incompletion. Cutler gives it to Howard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's got some space here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, Cutler. And he fires one that's intercepted. And some room to roam now. The 20. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They go with Howard again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now it's Cutler. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A very solid gain of 27.
Wow, I can't help it. When I see Jay Cutler throw the football and throw one like that with a big completion, I can't help but be impressed.
His arm strength, such an asset.
It really is, because it gets him in trouble sometimes, but I think it gets him out of trouble more often than that.
So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Cutler to throw on second down. Finding time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. First down marker at the 31. It's third down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Howard receives it from Cutler. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On second down, here's Cutler. Royal making the catch over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's third and 3. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start. Offense.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. On third and goal, Cutler. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on, because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
On fourth down, Cutler goes off, and on comes the kicker, Connor Barth, for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Barth puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
So Matthew Stafford brings out the Detroit Lions in the season over after a loss to Seattle in the first round of the playoffs. But you look at the totality of the year, Matthew Stafford. Middle of the season, certainly people were talking MVP, Charles. Over 4,300 yards, 24 touchdown passes as well.
And deservedly so, because not only was he playing really well, he was actually having to do things without all of his weapons. He had guys in and out of the lineup due to injuries. He was adjusting to new receivers. And guess what? He's winning big games in the fourth quarter. It almost became a regular occurrence. I thought he had a heck of a season and something really big to build on for next year. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, this past season was tough for Abdullah. Foot injury costing him the last 14 games of the year, and that was a big blow. They could never really get that running game going, could they?
It changed everything for them because Theo Riddick, who is his backup, is really a third down back, the guy that they want to use out of the backfield to catch passes in open space. He had to become more of a runner, and I think that limited his effectiveness at doing what he does best. Amir Abdullah was drafted to be their lead runner. If they keep him healthy, that'll help the Lions offense in 2017.
And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. The left side completion to Jones. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Kyle Fuller is one of those new breed complete defensive backs. Eager to tackle, but a better cover man.
Still in search of the first down after that last completion. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Eluding the pressure right. He hits Riddick underneath. Theo Riddick, 20, 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, 69 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here, he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ziggy Ansah in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
the gun. It's Cutler. He finds his target, Royal. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On third down, Cutler. He's got time in the pocket. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They overloaded that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes and gets the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
Now it's Tate. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, Stafford here. This is screen to Abdullah. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. One quarter in the books. 14-3, that's our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. To throw on second down is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his...
Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. This is Howard on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in third and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in third and manageable. They've got a chance at a first down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And ready to go for another offensive series. Out comes Detroit, and a Detroit team that, boy, lost in the playoffs this year. Don't have a playoff win since 1992. but it was a tough end of the season. There were injuries involved, and I know you think that this is a crew that really can make some noise again next year, don't you?
I do, because I think they gained so much confidence this season, battling back from a tough beginning, working their way into where they looked like they had a chance to win the division. And while they didn't do that, they did get into the playoffs. Despite a myriad of injuries, they think this team has a bright future, and they feel confident about 2017.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate, 48 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. And sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Prater on to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now Cutler to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He's got time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good. And look.
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Lions. 45 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. They run. Abdullah. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Off the play fake. Here's Cutler. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Bynes from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. On third down, Cutler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. On second down, here's Cutler. Jeffrey with a catch left side. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now, speaking of Jeffrey, he made some news after the season when he made the declaration, and I'm quoting here, "I guarantee you we'll win the Super Bowl next year," unquote.
Doesn't have quite the same ring as when we heard it before the Jets-Colts Super Bowl. But at the same time, I think a lot of people around the Chicago area probably will appreciate that. Confidence in the team, confidence in the organization. Someone wants to put himself on the line. Alshon Jeffrey looking for a bounce-back season in 2017. Didn't get to the 1,000 mark the last two.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Stafford on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. And they're going to speed things up here.
That's what I'm talking about. 4 down. Nice play, baby. Nice play.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And off his back foot, he'll heave and got his man complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Lions have been moving the football at will, and the total yardage numbers stand out. The Bears' defense hasn't been able to get stops, and that inability to get off the field is costing them time and time again. All right, let's roll those highlights. Bears on offense early in the first. Under pressure here, and the ball is picked off. Lions take advantage and return it for a TD. Lions up by a touchdown. End of the first quarter. Critics found on the quick pass, and this will go all the way for a touchdown. The lead now at 11. Lions lined up at the 48. Quick pass and catch by Tate. And he's going to go 48 yards for the score. Lions go up by 18. About halfway through the 2nd quarter. We'll get a scramble and completion. And he'll end up at the 15-yard line before being tackled. Lions now later on the drive. Abdullah's going to run off the left side, and he'd go in for the 3-yard touchdown. That takes the lead up to 25.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the 2nd half. Andre Roberts now to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The tight end, Tim Wright, his intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Risky. And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it. Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country. And at BYU, was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal.
Ashawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama. A big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play. It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football. But today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
And Barth puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. The offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. 7
yards on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Now they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Trying the right side with Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Barth puts it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
So here come the Lions now. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline. It's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less
to become
culture
the Rams.
shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played 1 season as such.
It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Throwing is Stafford. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Second and 10, Stafford again. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st down, Stafford here. Steps away to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. There he goes, right side. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? There's always one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Eluding the pressure right. Complete to Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off. Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 5 yards to go for the offense. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Amir Abdullah, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's
before
right.
you drop the ball. There you go.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Look for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. That is incomplete. Eddie Royal is intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Cutler. Miller on the catch over the middle. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Surveying the field. It's caught. Eddie Royal. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there. All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again is Cutler. This will be caught at about the 5. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Throwing again, it's Cutler. That's caught at the 1. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Zach Miller from 4 yards out. And the Bears cut into that lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
After the touchdown, Barth now to kick it away. Roberts on the return. So out now come the Lions. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And Abdullah lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Here's Cutler to throw. This caught by Royal. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 3 yards to go here on 2nd down. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Completion left side to Miller. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Stafford escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. 32.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready.
Let's get this. Ready? Kill. 9.
Stafford going to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Right. 22. Set. 180. 50. Wide. Get wide.
A second down run for Abdullah. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Tracy Porter with a pick. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
It's a gain of 24 that time. And the Bears are going to get a first. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now it's Cutler. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeAndre Levy in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now Cutler to throw on second down. Now Cutler in trouble. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Now Cutler on third and long. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. A gain of 39 that time. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. On second down, here's Cutler. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They fake the give to Carey. Now Cutler. And Jeffrey's got it. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
PlayStation